Looking over the horizon, the sun lit up the water, making a fiery effect on the reflection. My heart rate grew rapidly as the boat came to a stop. We were in for an experience of a lifetime. "You go first, Vanessa. You're the oldest," my cousin Ivana argued. She was always the one to be afraid to try new things. Being the more dauntless one in the family, I always ended up being the guinea pig and attempting to try new things. "Fine," I replied with reluctance. First step into the freezing crystal blue water, I remember asking myself, what am I getting into? Am I crazy? I shook those negative thoughts from my head as I continued on with my sea trip. Slowly but surely, I kept on climbing down the slimy stairs of the boat, covered in algae, into the refreshing ocean water one step at a time. The cold water splashed against my legs as it slowly engulfed me. The pressure in my ears became intense, almost as if my brain weren't to equip. The scuba gear I had on became lighter the more I was immersed by the ocean. There's always a possibility I could die by being eaten by a great white shark, with all of its powerful, keen teeth shredding me apart, or running out of oxygen, I thought to myself. The pessimistic possibilities perished when I encountered this near-hidden world that I slowly discovered underneath me. Schools of bright-colored fish surrounded me as I descended down to the ocean floor. I marveled at the beauty of the marine life at its finest. The ocean came alive before me. A passing dolphin clicked merrily. Coral reefs looked like miniature cities, with fish coming in and out. Seaweed swayed back and forth along with the ocean currents. A friendly stingray, looking for attention, brushed against our legs. I laughed my head off at because of its ticklish, soft jello bodies. Over at Ivana descending, I could see she had the widest smile on her face. I realized I had the same expression on my face. We couldn't believe our eyes. It was as if we were in the movie Mysterious Island. God signaled us with their hands, making sure we were okay. We both gave them 2 thumbs up with massive smiles on our faces. They smiled at our incredulous faces. After everything was secured, we continued onward with our sea trek. During our walk on the ocean floor, our guide picked up a conch shell up off the sand next to the starfish. He showed us the shy creature inside, which poked out its head after a minute. The guide cautiously put the conch shell back down and pulled out a bag from his pocket. We noticed that a great multitude of fish gathered around him as he pulled out this mysterious bag. He pulled out small anchovies and started feeding the fish gathered around. We giggled in delight as so many fish swarmed around us. Seeing our cheerful expressions, he gave us a couple of anchovies each. At first we were so afraid that the larger fish would eat our hands off, but we got over our fear and greatly enjoyed feeding the fish. Afterwards, our guide signaled to us to go back to the boat because our time was up. The boat casted a daunting shadow upon the ocean floor, and we saw the workers lowering down the ladder. My heart sank like the Titanic because the realization of going back up to the surface was heartbreaking. As I looked over at Ivana, I could see that she wasn't too upbeat about returning either. I dreaded every step up the ladder because I kept on getting farther and farther away from this amazing marine life that felt like a dream where I could escape the stripe of reality. My ears kept on popping on the way up. I finally reached the surface, and the weight of the helmet was overbearing and made it hard to hold on to the ladder. The strong worker lifted up the helmet from my shoulders, and I was greatly relieved of the weight, but not of the empty feeling I got from missing the greatest experience of my life. To this day, I have dreams of returning and reliving the experience.